Hello boys and girls, this is ImAnderZEL of course, and oh yes, I got a real treat for you guys today. Something I haven't done in a very long time, and I thought it was really time to do it. I'm very sorry guys, there's not gonna be a Friday Awesomeness montage today, because I simply haven't gotten enough time to play enough Battlefield to get the awesome kills, basically, to show off. But I'm gonna try to make one next week instead. But I think you guys are gonna like this. This is all recorded in 720p in 100 FPS a second. That means that it is about 3 times as high quality as most videos on YouTube, and you're gonna notice it when I do the slow motion moments of this video. I sadly can't record at 100 FPS at 1000 or 1080p sadly, so I can't show you guys that, but look at this. This is recorded in 100 FPS, and you can see the bullets flying, and it's not like choppy or anything like that. It actually looks really nice, and you're gonna see it even better in a few more kills, so to say, after this one. But I'm not gonna do it on all kills and stuff like that, so it gets like boring and slow. It's just a few kills, maybe like 5 kills during the entire video, but there is around like 30 kills in the video in total, or 30 choppers or jets blown down, or guys shot on the ground too, for that matter. It's both the Su-35BM Flanker E and the F-35, and I kind of gotten the hang of how to use the F-35. Never liked it before, but I tried it out like this night when I was recording this, and I got one really nice killing spree, and I kind of learned how to use it. I still can't outmaneuver the best of pilots, but I was kind of lucky here. The pilot that was flying on my team most of the time, he was pretty darn good. I would say he was as good as me, or even better. And the pilots we were fighting against was not as good as us, so I was kind of lucky. So I'm not gonna say I got some mad skills or anything like that, but at least it's an entertaining video with a lot of aerial and ground kills for you guys to watch. And the important stuff, what kind of stuff am I running? I am using 3 perks, of course, since you can use 3 perks in your jet. I'm using, first off, the air... Oh, it's the beam scanner. Basically makes your anti-air rockets, your javelin missiles, or what the hell you call them, lock on a lot quicker to aerial targets. And I'm of course also using the fire extinguisher, and I'm also using the javelin missiles, of course. I'm not using the rocket pod, so there's not like some special stuff. So you see, I don't have an aerial radar, I don't have an air radar, so to say, and I don't have any flares. What I'm simply surviving on is that as soon as I hear anyone locking onto me, I try to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible, and if they get a hit, I can usually survive that hit and actually use my extinguisher. You're gonna see that in use a lot, and it is great when you're fighting mostly other air vehicles, so to say, other jets or choppers. Hoppers. It's a hopper. Oh, I am a Swedish, I say hopper. Anyways, so you guys are gonna get both kinds of jets, and both are here on Wake Island. I think this setup that I'm using is extremely great here, simply because there's so little room where the enemy can actually be on land and lock onto you. It's mostly air people you're gonna watch out for, and oh, I tried to hit that guy in the mid-air. It always feels so good when the pussy shoots out to survive, and then you manage to ram his ass, so he dies anyways, like roadkill. But I'm not gonna talk too much about the gameplay. I thought I would tell you guys a little story about me, ImAnderZEL, as a kid. No, I actually thought I would tell you guys about something that's gonna happen soon here in Sweden. It is called MidSommar, or it's actually now on Friday, and you guys are probably gonna see this video on Friday. I'm recording the commentary on Thursday, just so I have the video done and stuff like that. And right there you can see I'm using the fire extinguisher. I got up to 37 health from being almost at 0. But anyways, we have MidSommar in Sweden. This means it's the middle of the summer, and that's also actually how you translate it. It's midsummer or midsommar. So it's pretty common like that, and it's a very funny tradition in Sweden. You mostly eat the pickled herring, and you drink nubbe. Nubbe is kind of like absolute vodka basically, but usually you have it. You give it a taste of some sort, usually enbärssmak, and I don't actually know what enbär is called in English, so someone would probably post it in the comment section below and help me out. It usually works like that. You guys are great. You always know the Swedish words I don't know for English and stuff like that. I mean, I can't know them all. It's impossible. It's impossible. But anyways, there's also a very, very funny tradition about this. When you kind of get drunk enough, you dansar runt midsommarstången, and a midsommarstång is basically a midsummer's pole, and it is a pole, or it's a cross actually, with two rings hanging from it, and you basically put a lot of flowers and stuff like that on it to make it look nice, and yeah, that's about it. There's nothing super special with it, but midsommar is a pagan tradition in Sweden. I think it's even older than like the Viking Age and stuff like that. I think it's actually really old. But the cross or the midsommarstång or midsummer pole is kind of a thing from Christianity, I think, like how the Christians kind of wanted to make it Christian instead of pagan, so to say, and they decided to make it into a cross and simple like hang small round things from it and basically clothe it with flowers and all kinds of vegetables and stuff like that. Anyways, this is how most people, and that rocket was so weird, it just veered off and exploded like without even hitting me, you know. It was like derp derp derp. But anyways, midsommar that's kind of how you celebrate midsommar most of the time, but many people just eat good food and get shit-faced and have some sexy time and stuff like that. Very simple. It's a pretty nice tradition actually. I will probably not get drunk since I still got a lot of job to do tomorrow and stuff like that, and I just simply can't go out and drink as much. I'm not young anymore. I'm 24, so I'm still pretty young, but it's not when I was 18. When I was 18, I could get like shit-faced 3-4 days in a row and still be fine and stuff like that. But nowadays, it doesn't work like that. So finally, someone shot me down, and the guy was a 29 level dude. So now it's my turn to play in the F-35, and hope you guys are gonna enjoy this, because I figured out how to hover it and stuff like that pretty good. It behaves a lot better. I tried it out in the beginning when Back to Karkan was released, but then it wasn't patched until like a month or two later, was fixed like usual dice. Fuck's sake, get your shit together and then fucking get the patches out before Christmas. God damn it, you assholes! No, that's kind of the problem with Battlefield. I mean, Battlefield is a great fucking game. I mean, without a doubt, the best multiplayer experience you can have when it comes to first-person shooters, without any doubt. Because now you got all these big maps where you can fly jets, choppers, drive tanks, drive cars, drive APCs, and stuff like that, and even boats, for God's sakes. And also now you can just fight in close quarters too. Yeah, in the close quarters expansion. So it's basically, it's the game that has everything. If you buy Battlefield, you're gonna be able to find a game mode or a map that anyone loves. Anyone is gonna be able to play it and have fun, as long as you enjoy FPS games. And most people that don't like FPS games will probably enjoy Battlefield too, because it's so different from most other FPS games, but still has like those things that remind you about regular FPS games. It's just regular. It's just generally fucking good. It's just it's just awesome. That's the best way of explaining it. And oh god, I love the F-32. I mean, being able to hover and go really slowly is so nice. You're gonna see a clip later on where I basically hover a bit out to sea and just go on town with my cannons on like people standing around on the ground, and it just feels so good. And having the beam scanner allows me to lock on with my missiles so much quicker. You see, it takes like 3 seconds to lock on. Of course I shot both there, so they're gonna flare, but there's a reason for that. It's better to shoot both when I'm going at him like that, because I'm still gonna be able to reload both before I go for a second run, just like here you see. Or yeah, you can't see that it's reloaded yet since he's basically crash landing right there on the beach. But if I would have picked up or changed to the rocket launcher or Stinger missiles, so to say, you would have noticed that. So yeah. Anyways, it's kind of weird though that the rocket pods are still on it. It looks like rocket pods, but I'm not sure if it is. It might just be like external tanks or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, I gotta say I really enjoy the playing, especially here on Wake Island with the F-32, because being able to hover when you kind of learn how to do it. I mean, look at that. I mean, just go in slowly and just blow them to fucking Kingdom Come with Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come. That's how we say it, isn't it? Kingdom Come. Anyways, here I have some malfunctions. That's also the problem with F-32 jet that I'm flying right now. The hover mode, you can't engage the hover mode when you don't want it by mistake, simply because you slow down too much. Look at that. I didn't want to engage the hover mode right there. That was definitely not a place I wanted to engage the hovering mode, so that kind of sucked. I mean, like, god diggity damn, what the heck. So it kind of depends there. So yeah, it's still a great jet, but if you're going up against good players, I mean good jet pilots, you definitely want to have another jet instead, because this jet is just hard to turn as you want to, and it's so unusual compared to other jets. I think if you get really good with F-32, I think you can like own it up, so to say, or basically just rape all the other jets if you get really good with it. But since most people are used to the other jets, since exactly all the other jets behave differently than the F-32, the F-32 is simply the only one of its kind. It's kind of hard to get a grip on it and stuff like that. And right now we got 3 jets. I don't know how, but I'm guessing someone of our guys went to the airstrip and basically took one of the jets, and right there I made a little boo-boo. I kind of clipped a tree or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't good though. Wasn't good. And something else you want to think about if you're using the fire extinguisher. As I said, you want to, as soon as someone is trying to lock onto you, you want to go away as quickly as possible. And if you can shake the missile, you can still shake missiles by turning towards the missile, so it kind of goes past you, because missiles don't have a very good turning rate since they are very quick. So if you turn against the missile in the right time, you can actually dodge it pretty easily, but you need to know from where it was fired and how far away, because if you start turning too quickly, it's just gonna hit you in the cabin, and then it's gonna be a one-shot kill instead of just damaging your jet. So if you have the fire extinguisher, it's best to just run. Basically hightail it as quickly as possible, just go away and try to survive, so to say. That's like the best you can do. And right here, this is very dangerous. I'm taking some damage actually, and you want to be careful. If you do go really slowly and start to hover, they can actually shoot you out of the cockpit. It happened to me a few times, and you feel pretty goddamn stupid when that happens, simply because, yeah, you just gave them a free jet, because usually the jet will survive if you're not out to sea, and they basically just take it, and you're gonna be the guy who gave the enemy an extra jet and basically fucked up your team. Because having an extra jet, that's that's quite a powerful thing to have, actually. As you can see, we're basically dominating the enemy in the air, and that also means that we can dominate them on the ground, since we can basically engage all the targets. I mean, fuck Call of Duty. I mean, here I am the airstrike. In Call of Duty, you call in the airstrike. Here I'm like, okay, do you guys want a chopper destroyed? Yeah, no problem, I destroyed the chopper. And a few guys extra. Yeah, I throw that in. That's kind of how it works here. So I mean, I can see why people play Call of Duty, absolutely. It's a good game, actually. That's what it's supposed to do really well. It's just that Battlefield gives you so much more for the exactly same price. I mean, if you want to play something that is like Call of Duty, like close quarters, like kind of like Counter-Strike, since basically Call of Duty is a Counter-Strike clone right now, and that charges the exact same thing for the exact same thing all the time, and doesn't really change. And yeah, this is like the moment where I actually hovered really good, but sadly I didn't get that many kills. I think I got like 1 or 2 only, or maybe only 1. Yeah, maybe only 1, but that's a great example of hovering, like the right amount outside and stuff like that. It's just great. And here I'm trying to shake the missile, and I actually managed to shake it. So turning into the missiles and stuff like that, it doesn't really work as long as you do it the right way. And you want to be careful with jets though, because they can fire, as I said, 2 missiles pretty quickly. And here we go, another slow motion missile, or slow motion moment. And this is slowed down to the maximum. This usually looks pretty choppy when you have it on 60 FPS, but here in 100 FPS it looks really nice. And you can hear like all the sounds, like you can hear the fire extinguisher going off, like such a nice sound there, absolutely awesome. But anyways, to get to the point, Battlefield is just a great game where you can do everything you can in COD plus a lot more. And I mean, sure, you might not want to buy DLC and stuff like that, but basically if you buy Battlefield with premium, you basically get COD action, so to say, the kind of action I actually like. It's just that I don't want to buy COD, because when I can get both in Battlefield, I mean, then I'm happy. And if people don't like that Battlefield gets small maps, I mean, fuck them. They don't have to play those maps, they don't have to buy that fucking DLC, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyways, as usual, thank you guys for watching, have a wonderful day, bye bye.